you've never felt this wanted in your life. And that's exactly the problem. They texted you good morning before you even woke up. They told you were different from everyone else. After a week, they made you feel like the most important person on the planet. And you thought, this is what love is supposed to feel like. It wasn't love, it was leverage. That's love bombing. It's when someone floods you with affection, attention, and intensity, not because they adore you, but because they're building something, control, and they need you hooked before you can see it clearly. Here's the part most people miss: love bombing doesn't feel like manipulation. It feels like finally being seen. You weren't naive, you weren't foolish. Your brain was doing exactly what brains do. It was responding to reward. This mirrors what researchers call intermittent reinforcement. In plain English, your brain gets more attached to something when the good feelings come big and fast and then eventually stop. The intensity of the beginning trains you to chase it later. You don't get addicted to the person, you get addicted to the version of them they showed you first. And here's what makes it even harder to spot. Evidence suggests love bombing may disproportionately affect people who haven't experienced being truly prioritized before. If consistent, calm care never felt like home, overwhelming affection feels like proof. It feels like evidence that this one is real. Love bombing doesn't always look like roses and grand gestures. They want to know where you are constantly, framed as, I just miss you so much. They introduce you to their family within weeks and call you their soulmate. And it feels romantic, not rushed. They get quietly hurt when you make plans without them and somehow you end up apologizing. Every request for space gets met with more love, more intensity, more need. The real life consequence? You start organizing your whole life around managing their feelings. You shrink. And it happens so gradually you don't even notice until you're already small. This is the part that breaks people because it always disappears. Once you're attached, once you've rearranged your life and started believing in the version of yourself they reflected back at you, the behavior shifts, the texts slow down, the warmth goes cold, and you spend enormous energy trying to get back to that beginning, trying to be good enough again, trying to earn back something that was never actually about you in the first place. This is the shift that keeps you stuck. Whether it's conscious or not, the withdrawal functions like a trap. You're not failing to win them back, you're being kept in motion. Real love doesn't need to overwhelm you to keep you. That's it. That's the thing to hold on to. Genuine care is consistent. It doesn't arrive in a flood and then disappear when you start having needs of your own. It doesn't go cold the moment you push back. Real love doesn't punish you for having boundaries. It isn't offended by your independence. Intensity is not intimacy. Speed is not depth. The feeling of being chosen so fast, so completely, that's not connection. That's pressure dressed up as passion. If you've been through this, here's what matters most. The fact that it felt real doesn't mean you were wrong to feel it. Love bombing works because human beings are wired to respond to care and attention. You weren't broken, you were human. But now you know what to look for. Slow can be safe, steady can be romantic. Someone who respects your pace isn't less interested, they're more trustworthy. You're allowed to want a love that doesn't feel like a storm. You're allowed to find the calm beautiful. The person who takes their time with you, that might be the realest thing you've ever been offered. Have you ever experienced love bombing or only recognized it in hindsight? Tell us in the comments. You might help someone reading them right now. If this video helped you see something differently, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. More psychology made human every week.